morning, y'all. Happy Saturday, college football day. But for me and JR, who is just off camera, my closest friend since I was 12, we're hook 'em horns today. Usually Bama, but we got to wait till 8 p.m. for that game. So at 12 o'clock, you got Ohio State Marshall. That will be on the TV. And then you got Clemson, I think NC State at 12 also. So it's always football Saturday in here. So if you're watching this at any point in time, today or down the road, if it's Saturday, you can come into Double Play and watch college football. It will be on during the season. Last night, I did not watch the Red Sox, but apparently they got struck out 20 times in a game. I mean, I told you all they were dead. The Red Sox are dead. If that doesn't prove it, I don't know what else will. Somehow they scored 2 runs, though. So Twins took care of that game 4-2. We are just, I don't even know if we're playing spoiler anymore. We're just around. We're still playing ball. I don't know. It does make sense. This is what the Red Sox do every year. Shohei Ohtani continued to be awesome. Hit number 52 and stole base number 52. I don't know if he's got enough games left to get to 60-60, but wow, that would be something. They probably have like 6-7 games left. So we were just saying it's already September 21st. That's nuts. Where did the time go? The whole summer is gone, and now it feels like all the warm days in September are gone. But, I like hoodie season. I'm rocking the Cargo Bay, my brother's clothing company. They just dropped a new merch line, which I got to get my hands on. This is last year's. It's already becoming vintage. It's kind of clean, though. It feels like the letters feel nice. So, sports-wise, for this sad Patriots fan, because the Patriots are who we thought they are. They're supposed to be 24-3 to the Jets Thursday. I'm looking forward to the Celtics starting the season, kicking off. The Bruins kicking it off because the Celtics have a chance to go back-to-back. Even though Porzingis is going to be out the whole year, we knew that. It's all right. I'm cool with that. He needs to rest, get the unicorn back for the playoffs because we will be in the playoffs. But that 1 seed was really key last year. And JR was telling me he's never been to a Celtics game. So we got to make that happen too. That might be a little special episode, maybe some clips thrown in from there. I think we're going to do that. And I think at some point we're going to go multi-person format on this show. It's going to take a little moving around. Not too much, though. I'm set up for it. I just, it's nice to be able to walk in, turn a couple things on, and just start going. But I think that's coming soon. And I got some guests lined up for when we go to like a bigger show. So the Dave Show, don't worry. You're always going to get that every day. But we're going to have interviews with athletes, celebrities. Hey, local celebrities too. Sports folks. Just anybody involved in the hobby or sports or just cool people that I know that may not be involved. And I'd say, hey, Francis Ellis, for example, we went to high school together. Want to open some packs. Francis, you might not know, is a comedian, works for Barstool now. Well, he did, and then he got let go, and now he's back. So, people like that I just happen to have crossed paths with in the past. They'll be on. But we're going to continue down the road of Shohei Ohtani and his stats and how he stacks up all time. He may have had the greatest game in the history of baseball. I think he had 17 total bases. That's in the top 4, top 5 all time in a game. So that means the total bases he collected, home runs, hits. He had 6 hits, 10 RBIs, 3 home runs. Guy had a game. He's had 2 MVP seasons. It looks like he's going to have a third. And I was looking on Instagram at the comparison between him and Aaron Judge. And Judge's stats are slightly better than his. But, of course, the stolen bases are nowhere close. It's not what Judge does. It's not what the Yankees need Judge to do. You don't want your guy getting hurt if that's not their forte. Like, the guy's there to hit home runs and mash and just collect RBIs and slugging percentage. But the other thing I think would be interesting to look at is how many walks does Ohtani have this year? So he's been walked 73 times. Now, how many of those are intentional? I don't have that pulled up at the moment, but we're going to talk about the intentional walks because I feel like Judge has been intentionally walked a lot more than Ohtani, and that's part of the reason the stats are a little different. But the WAR is like 7.8 versus 9.6. So Judge's WAR, wins against replacement. Basically, you take Judge out of the lineup, and that means 10 losses, 10 more losses for the Yankees that would have been wins. That's like a 20-game swing. And with Ohtani, it's 7.8, so it's like 8. Very similar. No Ohtani. Ohtani makes up for 8 wins instead of anyone else at his position. So if you had somebody else at his position, expect to have 8 less wins than Shohei Ohtani. I mean, I guess not anybody else. You could plug in Judge. But anyway, they're very similar statistically. And in just 7 seasons, Ohtani already has more home runs than Hall of Famer Kirby Puckett. And there's a bunch of people on the list, and he's going to keep going up. He's nearing 900 hits, so he'll be at the 1,000 hit mark soon. Guy's just an all-time player. I still can't believe I could go see him for $12 at Angel Stadium. It's crazy. It was like the movie Angels in the Outfield. Like, that team had so many good players, but was so bad. It just didn't really make a lot of sense. So he's still tearing it up. I'm working actually on a video about Shohei. Just, some comparisons, like comparing him to Barry Bonds. I think Bonds, 96, 42 home runs, 40 bases. So 40-40 season. A lot of guys not a lot of guys, but a lot of those really great hitters had 40-40 seasons, like A-Rod. Let's see, Griffey, 56. A-Rod had 42 homers and 46 steals when he was with the Mariners. Almost got there to that 50-50 mark. And then quietly, Jose Ramirez this year with the Guardians, he's on his way to 40-40. And then Acuna had a 40-70 season. So to do this 50-50 club is special. I think it's worth another episode's worth of talking about it. He's the only person in the 50-50 club, period. That's it. As my buddy Hazard would say, that's it. Just Shohei Ohtani. So that's kind of the baseball stuff. I'm excited to watch the postseason, and this will be Ohtani's first postseason. He's been itching for it. I think it's something like 600 to 800 games he's played without playing in the postseason. So he wants to win a World Series. And on paper, the World Series matchup should be the Dodgers and the Yankees. But both those teams have spent a lot of money, like $1 billion into Ohtani. Now, I know he's got the Bobby Bonilla contract where it's deferred, and he gets like $2 million a year after a certain point for another 20 years. But like $1 billion into one player, that's crazy. Anyway, how about let's switch over to college football. We got some matchups today. It's a bye week for Bama, so for me, it's like I'm not all jacked up and ready to watch the game. We're not playing. We're playing Georgia though next week, so we're already like in the mode playing what was the number 1, but I believe Texas is now the number 1 seed, the number 1 ranked team in the country. So if we look at the standings here, let's do. This is FBS, FCS. This is by conference. How about rankings? Oh, we've already got a playoff predictor? We'll do the coaches' polls. All right, so Texas, number 1, Georgia, 2. So guessing that the top 4, Texas, Georgia, Ohio State, Bama is not going to change. Ohio State's up from 5. Ohio State does play at noon, but they're playing Marshall unranked. So, hey, we've seen an unranked team win. Notre Dame paid Northern Illinois $1.4 million to come to their home and beat them down. Well, not beat them down, beat them by a point, but still. You can't lose to an unranked team at home. That's unforgivable. You can't do that. Texas at 8 o'clock, that they should win, no problem. And then, we've got Georgia next week, so those top 5, 6, 7 teams. So 4 through 7 is all SEC plus 2. And looking at this playoff picture, everybody, was saying, oh, it's not fair. There's only 4 playoff spots. Well, now there's 12. Okay, and the top 5 of the top 7 teams are SEC. So what did you want? You're getting what you want. More SEC teams in the playoff. Let's take another look at Florida State. They're 0-3 this year. They were undefeated last year. And everybody was complaining we should have been in the playoff. And then they got thumped by Georgia. They lost by 60 points. And they were undefeated. So, clearly you didn't play anybody of substance. But I don't want to dwell on that so long. That's just, where I'm at on that. And so, hey, maybe we'll see some upsets today. It's going to be a fun day in the shop. Saturday is always a busy day. School's out. People aren't at work. I got some change at the bank because we still do change here. Just rolls of quarters, pennies, dimes, what have you. I bet people will be coming in for Ohtani cards. So me and JR are going to go through the shop, see if we can find them. I know they're out there, but if you kind of put them all in the same spot, make people's lives a little easier. That's what we're trying to do here. I've had a lot of folks come in and ask me about, oh, do you have so-and-so out on the value table? And I was like, think that one through. Why would I have a Shohei Ohtani rookie card for 25 cents on the value table? That doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? But when you get those questions, you just politely say, hey, it's a valuable card. If you were me, would you put it out there? Just put people in your shoes, and they see it pretty quickly. We're going to be coming up, I think, on a month of these episodes. And getting through 10 to 20 minutes has been, very nice. And it's a great exercise on trying to research quickly, come up with things to talk about. And now it's given me a new vigor for making these long-form videos. Like I said, okay, I'm going to do a Cooper Flag video. I'm going to do a Shohei Ohtani video. I think I'm going to have to do an Alabama or a Nick Saban video. And the more I watch stuff on YouTube and go down the rabbit hole, like last night I was watching all these top 10s of the biggest busts in the NFL history. And you're sitting there for 2 minutes and you forget you're already on to the second and third video. You're just locked in because the narrator keeps you right there. So I'm trying to lock you in. I'm trying to get some more of these episodes out there. And, it's noted you got to talk about the historical figures that we're watching in real time. Like we are watching a Hall of Famer in Shohei Ohtani, and we're going to get a chance to watch him in October, which is really special. So I'm looking forward to that. But it's just another day in cardboard country. I haven't had any cool collections come in. I did have a $5 box of cards come in, mostly commons. But like players you and me know, like some Ben Coates, some Drew Bledsoe. Who else was in there that was, a couple basketball cards, Cade Cunningham. But I've had people bring stuff in, and I've had to say, hey, are these commons? It's like, oh, yeah, mostly. But I looked through all 600 to 800 of the cards, and they're all commons. And I get a little pushback on, how much. I said, yeah, I'll give you $5. I just want the box, like the physical cardboard box. There's always a place for the cards. But, I'm trying to buy the good stuff. I'm trying to curate. I'm not just going to buy anything. It's not a total free-for-all flea market. So sometimes when it's slow, you get the itch to say, well, I haven't bought anything, therefore I got to buy something. But don't go with that. That's not a good strategy. Strategy